Yo.
What up? What up?
Whoop, whoop. Let's go. What's up, man? What's going on?
Dude, I have on my notes episode 18.
Why?
You know I fucked that up.
Yeah, just
I have
a little
no
bit.
idea why.
We about to add 100
right?
to that. Yeah, we 115, man.
115.
Yeah, 115, man.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 115 of the Carpet Footman Podcast. He is Juan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Hit him with the drink of the day.
Oof,
if
listen,
you remember how to make it.
First of all, I'm going to need some backup. But the minute you said I got the drink today, I was like, man, Sean going to bring some foo-foo shit, and I'm not going to work tomorrow. Cause and it's going to be delicious. I knew that shit. Damn. So we
rolling like white chicks in here.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. We about to do the whole breakdance routine and everything. We're going to be in that. Oh, man. We calling this bad boy the pineapple trio. And I'm going to mess this up. So let me go down the line. So we did, you muddled pineapple with simple syrup in the bottom of the glass. Then you added in a half a shot of Saint Germain, a quarter of a squeezed lemon in there, and then a shot of coconut rum, which is the Malibu. And then you topped it. Well, then you shook that up with ice and poured it in a glass, and then topped it off with some Don Julio Añejo tequila.
Like half a shot.
It's like half a shot of that.
Half a shot of that.
So, yeah. And then this shit is delicious.
It's delicious.
Oh, my God, dude.
Now, we had it without the Don Julio first, and we're just like, it's a little too foo-foo. Something's missing. And I don't know why. I just had the taste for tequila. And I'm like, let me just hit it with a little shot of tequila on top. And then in this glass that we're using, which is we used for a while back for that expensive ass tequila.
Tequila tasting, yeah.
This glass, like when you pour the tequila in there, you get the aroma of the tequila too. So now it's like that with the pineapples, with the coconut. Shit is delicious. You know, we've been doing the summer drinks. This is gonna wrap the summer up for us.
Wrap up.
Just before Labor Day weekend. And then maybe we'll do some fall drinks from now on, or at least into the winter time. We'll see what's up. Yeah,
the next drinks are for the true alcoholics, the lonely ones. When it's cold in the winter, you indoors, you can't leave nowhere. Stay tuned for that series. And all the refreshing stuff is about to be a wrap. All
right, man, what you got? Yeah, or you want me to go first?
I feel like you got to go first on this one, man.
Oh, yeah, that means you're gonna be a dick. All right,
that's subjective.
All right, mine is going out to some Cambridge scientists. You know, I like to bring the good news. There's some Cambridge scientists, University of Cambridge. They were able to create a mouse embryo strictly from stem cells. So no sperm, no egg. They created this embryo. This shit had a heartbeat and the beginnings of a brain. And there was like the beginnings of some other like organs that would further develop. And so this is huge, right? Because this is like the beginning of
you're making people
essentially. That's where my mind went at first, and then I kind of read through the article more, and I think where they're gonna take it first is going like, we can literally like create organs. Almost like grow organs. So like that'll be like the first thing, right? Where you go
organ farms.
Right. Where you go like, people wait on like liver transplants and shit like that, heart transplants. This will help in that. But my mind, when I read this, I was like, they'll just make people eventually.
Yeah. Especially with the population crisis now, allegedly that's going down.
And it is going down, man. But I
don't
mean,
think it's a problem, though. I don't think it's a crisis. Neither do I. But
you know what the crisis is? It's an economic crisis.
Sure. Yeah.
Right, because if you need, like here in the States, our Social Security, like that is it's like the generation that's working now is supporting the ones that came before us. It wasn't supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be you put your money in all the time that you work, and then you're able to draw from that on Social Security. But what's actually happening is the people that are putting into Social Security now are taking care of the generation before them.
Because
the government fucked it up.
We're just gonna have to find a different form of that. right, of Social Security or pay it out differently, or I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
what's
man.
the answer for that?
The problem is we're like locked into these systems that we're like can't change that. It's like, yeah, you can. Like that didn't used to be a thing, right?
Yeah, man.
But,
so this is just to give shout out. It's the team of scientists were led by Professor Magdalena Zernica Goetz, Goetz. I might have butchered that last name, but I was like, man, congrats to that team of scientists. You know, trying to push us forward.
Yeah, man, making things in the lab. Like you said, you're gonna have organ farms inevitably. I'm trying to get on a list for a heart and a liver ASAP.
You might need a liver sooner than you think.
We keep doing this pod and letting you come up with the drinks with 57 alcohols in it.
And then these, you know, I was skeptical about this one. I actually went to a restaurant and had a similar drink, and I was like, "Oh, it's good." But when I saw the ingredients, I was like, "Man, sugar."
Yeah.
Sugar.
Not
So
at
I
all.
just like, just put tequila in it.
You like, yo, insulin with tequila. Like, how do we make medication with tequila in it? I love it, bro. I know I'm in trouble every time you show up with compra. You got like the two bags
today.
Yeah, you got 2 bagfuls. I'm like, oh boy, this is not gonna be good for me tomorrow. And I'm like, and I know it's gonna be good. And I'm not gonna be able to stop. And then tomorrow I'm gonna regret it. You're gonna get a text from me in the morning, like, bro,
I stayed home today.
it's gonna be rough, man.
All right, what you got?
Listen, man, I got this guy who is simply known right now as a 36-year-old Italian man. The 36-year-old Italian man.
Okay.
So I'm gonna break out a little story. This 36-year-old Italian man went to Spain on a little summer vacation this month. Okay. He had some unprotected sex with somebody he found there, and he partied up for a few days. He went ham in Spain, just doing what you do, I guess, when you're in Spain and you're a single dude and you're partying. And then he wound up contracting COVID-19,
Okay.
HIV, and monkeypox. This guy got the infinity stones of viruses.
Speaking of trios,
So if y'all didn't know, we going a theme today. It's threes trio. So this guy, bro,
I mean, that's really fucking sad. But
it's all like if you're gonna go hard, I mean, go hard. This guy's leaving. I don't know it's so much of him leaving a carbon footprint as much as him getting carbon footprints left on him. But it was noteworthy. Yo,
and you know what's funny,
how you
man?
get all 3?
Fuck, I don't know. And then is it all from the same person?
That is
Right? I mean, who knows, right? Especially if you was out partying and if you have multiple partners. I mean, you never know. But now that I think about this, like, none of those 3 are death sentences anymore.
no, dude. You can't even tell now with HIV. Obviously, COVID is COVID, and then monkeypox. There's a vaccine thing for that too, right?
Already, and there's already been one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think there's kind of a shortage on it right now because there's a little, breakout essentially.
got it.
But yes, there is a vaccine, and I'm going. HIV, because growing up in the 80s,
Oh yeah, we had that.
right? That was just like, holy shit, like HIV is a death sentence. But now that I think about it, like none of those are death sentences.
Nah, bro. So if you're gonna get,
Unless if you're fat, right? If you have like breathing issues or like lung problems or anything like that, then maybe COVID maybe.
yeah, maybe, but yo, if you gonna go hard, bro, god damn, bro. As I said, this dude got the infinity stones of viruses. He collected them all. He got all the Pokemon. So shout out to 36-year-old Italian man from Italy, man. I wish I knew his name. The hilarious part is that I read this I read the article, and then one of the first comments in there was "God did."
Shout out to DJ
Shout
Khaled.
out. It's hilarious. It's like, yo, the internet's wild.
That's funny, man.
I love the internet, man.
Bro, speaking of fucking, we got my wife and I got we were told this past week that one of our sons,
Okay.
probably like 7 years ago,
Okay.
busted in on us having sex.
Oh wait, so he just came forward to tell you?
He just came forward. This is like half his life ago.
This might help explain some things. Which one was it?
The dude that wants a girlfriend.
He like, oh, that's what.
But the best part was, so throughout our marriage, right? Like whenever we have sex, it's always like, yo, don't, like lock the door. Don't want the kids to ever see or ever to kind of bust in on us and whatever, right? So we're usually pretty good about that. Well, I guess on this one day we weren't, and I vaguely remember it because I'm just like, I'm not appalled by that. Just like, they come in. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey,
you should have not.
How you think you got here?
But the best part was so they never told us until like this week. Literally like yesterday.
How does this come up?
I don't remember. I forgot how this shit came up. But he goes, so his twin brother starts to describe what he told him when he came back to the room. And he's like,
this is good.
He's like, I went in and Mama and Papa was doing the thing. And he's like, what do you mean? And he goes, Mama was naked. And I forget what he described about me, but the best part that had me rolling, and if you're not watching the YouTube, you're going to get on the YouTube for this one. He goes, Papa was like this.
Yo, if you're on audio, and Sean just thrust it at the table.
With the long stroke,
With the long stroke, though. He gave the table the long sensual stroke, yo. That's that I'm feeling myself love making.
Yeah. So we're at dinner table, and he's telling this story. My wife is appalled. I'm looking over there like, you goddamn right.
At least he gave you long strokes, and it sucked if he'd gave like quick little short ones.
So mind you, my sons are 50, the twins, right? They're 15.
Oh my God.
So this is like when they're like 7 or 8 years old that this happened. And I say I vaguely remember that.
Oh my God, bro. That's so good, man.
Oh, that was a good one, man.
Oh my God, it's so good. I'm guessing, did you well, no, you don't have any kids. You didn't end up making any children after that.
No.
This pregnant lady, I was reading this article it's sad and it's not funny, but it's funny. So this inmate chick was pregnant.
Yeah. And
she was there, her water broke, and she was taken to the hospital or whatever by the people who worked at the prison, but they made her wait like 2 hours before they took her like to the hospital. Like she's pressing, I guess it's like a buzzard in a cell when you're pregnant, a medical thing. Anyway, she says for 2 hours she hit the button. Then they finally showed up. Instead of calling an ambulance, they're like, yeah, we'll take you. And then they took her to the hospital, but then she wound up losing the baby and dying. So she sued. Oh, the baby died.
The baby died.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
She
lost the baby and died?
No, yeah. And now her ghost is coming back for revenge.
She lost the baby, died, and suing?
And she said she got long strokes too. Bro. So she got $480K because the baby died. Because they took too long. Yep. But the hilarious part about this whole thing is that they made a stop on the way to the hospital.
For what?
For some Starbucks.
That's something expensive as fucking venti.
If that ain't a missed opportunity for a commercial for Starbucks, I don't know what is.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah.
That's so, bro, how you make her wait 2 hours? And then on the way there, literally they go like, yo, it took like 15, 20 minutes when the Starbucks line or whatever. She's in the back seat of the van. Like literally just stopped and got coffee and the whole thing. Like wow, literally like they were taking her for like a routine checkup.
So she got 480,000?
480,000. I don't think that's enough. Or is it? I don't know.
I think it just depends on who you are. For her, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably good.
Yeah, but now we just put a price on a baby. You know what I'm saying? We just said a baby's 480,000. Yeah. How did we determine that? Was it based on gender? race, socioeconomic status. Like, how do we come up with the price point of the baby?
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, dude, 480.
Now, what I want to know, is she out of jail?
Yes, she is now, bro. Here's the crazy part: is she was only serving 90 days to begin with, so it wasn't even a long jail sentence.
Oh, so she didn't do nothing that bad.
She didn't do nothing that crazy. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. So they would, yeah, it's because you could see if you treating like somebody who there for life or something. I mean, not that they deserve that, but you go, okay, like some hardened criminal, but 90 days, bro. Yeah, that means she ain't do nothing that hard. That could be a couple of parking tickets, man.
Yeah,
90
bro.
days could be a DUI. Like it could be anything, really.
Right? Yeah.
It's crazy.
Damn, that sucks, man. Dude, you seen the student loan shit from your boy Biden? We got to get into that.
I did. Yeah.
I got some notes
You got
on that
the
shit.
details? Okay, yeah.
I think I got some notes on that shit. Let me see. So, Biden forgives the student loan debt, right, for people earning less than 125K. And it's actually two things. So, if you got a Pell Grant, which is like the government run grants, I believe, right? That's what you get up to $20,000 forgiven, and if you got no Pell Grant, it's up to like $10,000 forgiven.
Okay.
They're talking about this is going to cost roughly $240 billion over the next 10 years.
That's it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So, but some of the experts, some of the so-called experts, economists, are saying that this is going to be about $1 trillion.
In total, I guess, at the grand
at the end.
Is that adjusted for inflation and all that kind of shit, though? If it's
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I had some thoughts on this, man, where I kind of was fighting with myself because initially I'm going, I have I paid my way through school. Now, actually, I paid some of mine, and then I went into the Marine Corps, and I got the GI Bill, and then that paid for the rest of it, right? But for that, I even go like I served my time to get that money.
Sure, yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who spent the money to get their education. So why should people that have spent the money to get their education be footing the bill, for others? But then, like a little while later, I heard that somebody in my family, somebody who I love, benefited from this program, and I'm like, huh. Then it's like an immediate switch where I go like, huh, I'm kind of okay with it now.
Yeah, somebody that directly impacted. You're like, yeah, cool.
So I don't know, man. Like I kind of see, I see both sides.
Both sides, yeah. I can see the argument, especially if you just finished paying that shit off.
Oh my God!
Do you do something retroactive? But the problem is that you're always gonna have an unhappy group.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
You can't, no matter how far back you go.
You can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody. The other part of me goes is like, dude, if our reasoning for anything was, but these people had to, we would never make any progress in anything ever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it just be like, yeah, okay, like what? Going back to the HIV thing, what happens to all the people that die from HIV because we didn't have this medication? Should we not give it to the new ones? Like, I mean, I know that's a little bit extreme and it's not the same thing, but
no, but but the same principle.
I think the reason I have a little empathy for this is that I think what we're finding out now is that this whole student loan thing, it's a racket. So I don't know that it's so much of like people being irresponsible. Like part of it is. But the other part of it, I think this is the government stepping in and going like, yeah, college is a little bit of a ripoff right now. Like, and it's the only thing that doesn't come off your credit ever. Like, if you file for bankruptcy, student loans are still around.
Yeah.
And you have these state-run universities, right? They build these massive complexes. They got to pay for that somehow. Like, it doesn't become, it's not about the education anymore. It's almost about the cool facility and all this stuff. Like, and I feel like this, and you see all the ones he's forgiven at first was, these like ITT techs that we talked about, or these like random schools. So I feel like this is almost them sort of righting a wrong. I don't look at it as them bailing people out. I feel like it's a bailout from a shitty scenario that you sort of dealt in your sort of quest to better yourself. Dude, one of the crazy things I saw is that over a quarter or something like that, dude, the number was high of people currently who would benefit from this program didn't even get a degree out of it. They never even finished.
Oh, wow.
So like the amount of money that's out there for people who didn't even get to finish. So it's like, yo, they didn't even get the benefit. It's like the double whammy of like, they're not even using whatever they paid for or whatever kind of thing.
Whatever they're still paying for.
Listen, I don't know, man. So I go back and forth.
And that piece was like, is it and I think it absolutely is a political move.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Because you got elections coming up. And then the other thing I'm going like, what they really need to look at is why is this shit so expensive when it doesn't guarantee you a good paying wage?
It's not a measure of success.
Right.
Like, not anymore. right? Like before, you'd be like, oh, 4-year university, you could probably get yourself into the upper middle class. Like, yeah. Now,
and you could still, right?
Sure, yeah.
It's just, again, it's not a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee, man.
And it's just it's a lot of money to pay for an education. And then I kind of, there's other piece of me that go, just as humans, like, why are we charging so much for education? Don't you want to pass this shit down so that the next generation is better than the last?
It should probably be a public service or part of that whole thing. I think
or something, man,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, no, I agree, man. It should be something, man. But I'd be curious. I know he keeps doing iterations of this, and he ran off of this. I love I don't know if you saw this, but I'm here for the petty politics. I don't give a fuck what party it comes from. So there's a bunch of politicians on TV basically saying sort of what you were talking about, like, hey, there's these people who worked hard and they paid for their student loans and they're suffering and yada yada yada. I mean, so while that was going on, the White House Twitter account was posting the politician and how much PPP loan forgiveness they got, which I thought was hysterical. So it'll be like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's over there, like, and it's funny because it would be like in response to the clip from, I don't know, let's say she was on Fox, right, and the video was on Fox's Twitter, they would just like reply to that with, Marjorie Taylor Greene had $900K in PPP loan forgiveness, and then it would be like Matt Gaetz had $800,000 in PPP, and they did this shit for like 7-8 politicians, and some of the amounts were in the millions.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Basically like, you don't believe in bailouts? Boom. Oh, you don't believe in bailouts? Boom. Oh, you don't believe, which I'm like, yeah, I like this. I don't necessarily have to agree, but the petty politics is hilarious to me, man. It's like,
and it's always, like, listen, and I think none of us are any different. Even if things don't necessarily like feel right or whatever, if it benefits us, you're almost a fool if you don't take it.
Absolutely. You're nuts. Yeah. Like those guys, I don't blame them. They just played by the rules of the system. We set up these rules and we said, oh, if it's XYZ, like the PPP loans, if you use it for XYZ, we'll forgive it. Cool. Enough said. Like, I'll do it. Like, I get it, man. I did learn throughout this whole thing, though, man, of the student loan, is that my credit card bill now identifies as a student loan moving forward.
I do declare.
So when that Capital One come through,
I'm sending it to you, Biden.
Send it to you. Just keep in mind it identifies as matter of fact, identifies as a Pell Grant.
No, speaking of that shit, man, did you see the fucking bro? There was a Christian school, Grace Christian School in Tampa.
Okay.
That basically was like, we're not accepting anyone in the LGBT community. Like, if you are coming to school and you are identifying as something other than what you were born as, you are not welcome here. You will be dismissed immediately.
So including sexual, so you mean like no trans?
Correct.
No
LGBT, bro. If you gay, yeah, like if you're not gay, lesbian, like the whole shit, but the whole alphabet soup. You out. You out. And it was like, and even if you okay, but like you got like 2 mommies or 2 daddies, you out.
Yeah. So if the student has gay parents or a parent who's a member of the LGBTQ,
yeah, you out. And they sent out this like big email to the parents and just going like, hey, like these have been our rules forever, and so we're standing by them. And then they would like put like, as they were sort of stating these sort of rules, they were putting like Bible verses, to kind of support what each rule was. And I actually opened the Bible, man, and went through, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could interpret it that way. It's one of those things, man. But what I found to be
people who eat shellfish still allowed there. I don't want to hear it.
But what I found a little hypocritical was that the school
there was something hypocritical about a Christian school.
The school has taken like millions of dollars in state vouchers, which I found interesting, man, because I go,
now you're not a private institution anymore.
Because I go, okay, so actually I found that interesting because of this. I was like, if state schools accept LGBT community, and you're against that, but yet you're accepting money from that state.
Yeah, you shouldn't qualify for that. Because I was gonna say, dude, I don't agree with their stance, but I agree with their right to do what they're doing.
Their right to do it.
You don't want. You're a Christian school. This is what
knock yourself out.
These are your ethics and your morals and what you want to stand by. Your rules. Cool. I'd prefer it too as a parent, as a person knows that. I'd be like, I can choose to associate or not associate with that. Right. So I'm always for do your thing. But yeah, with that said, I'm like that with that caveat, it's like. Yeah, nah, man, then you have to pay back public money. Because if you're going to take, I think, to me, public money, then you're no longer a private institution. Or you should be anti-taking, like, public.
Just anti-taking the public money.
Anti-taking the public money. Because
that's what I thought. I was just like, you know what? You stand by your morals.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then also go like, we're not going to accept, quote-unquote blood money.
Yeah. Right? No, you shouldn't. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, their prerogative, bro. That if you're a private school, do whatever you want, man. I prefer it. I can make a decision one way or another, right? Like if I'm for that and I believe in that, I'd be like, "Ooh, that's where my kid's gonna go." But if I'm anti that, or I just don't agree with it, I'm like, I'm like pulling my kid there. Like, listen, do it. But I think the whole you take public money, man, it kind of throws a wrench in the whole thing. Man.
I agree,
like,
bro.
Listen, bro, you going?
But you seen the other people? You talk about identifying as, right? You see the people identifying as like cats and dogs.
What?
Yeah, bro. There's fucking and my kids have told me about this shit in their own school. Like there's like these, they call them furries.
Oh, okay, I have seen this.
Okay, but there's this other shit where people are actually identifying as like cats or dogs. And there was a story of someone in like Australia.
Okay.
Where it was this girl who identified as a cat, and the school was actually allowing her to kind of do her thing, so she didn't have to like vocalize anything, and they were like, well, she's I think they said that they identified that she sort of has some like emotional unstableness, I guess.
Damn.
And so she identifies as a cat, and they're like, well, she's not really bothering anybody, so we'll just kind of like let it be unless it becomes disruptive.
Yeah.
But just like, where do you draw the line? You putting litter boxes in fucking in the bathroom?
Yeah,
like,
where do you draw the line?
My kids showed me a TikTok where it was like this adult going like, yo, this certain school has litter boxes in the fucking bathrooms because the kids identifying as animals.
That's wild as fuck. Yeah, at what point is it like, yo, you got a mental illness versus you identify? You know what I'm saying? Like, think you're a cat.
They got different schools for that.
Yeah. No, you need electroshock therapy. Like, yo, we take everything too far. That's why we can't have nice things, bro.
Life is too good, bro.
Listen, the furry shit is real, though, man. You ever seen that? Like the whole costume?
No, I have not.
Bro, I don't know if we talked about this on here before, but my daughter with the furries. Ever told you this story before?
Something that
I can't remember if we talked about it. On
go
here,
ahead, tell the story.
But she anyway. So I'm looking at her tablet once, like like monitor her history and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm looking through, and she had tons of videos of these furries. Now she is innocently looking at it because this comes on the heels of her asking me for a costume, and she sends me the link on Amazon. This is what my daughter does now. She takes a link on Amazon and she sends it to me. She's like, "Can you buy me this?" Right? And so I open the link and it's a costume. It's a furry costume. Now, I know what that shit is because I know there's a whole. I'm an adult.
Does it say furry costume? Like, or does it say like fox?
But some of them will say like fox, whatever. But you look at it and you go, "Yeah, I know what that's." You know what I'm saying? Like I know its intent. And so I'm seeing these costumes and I'm like, and she's like asking for this for like Christmas or like her birthday, and she's like so adamant. And my daughter's a little weird like that anyway. Like she loves cats and animals and like a little artistic, and she's like,
she loves cats. That's weird.
Yeah. Yo, if you love any animal that will eat you upon your death, bro, well, not even cats won't even wait till you die. If they hungry and you pass out, it's a wrap. But she's like obsessed with these cats instead, but it was obsessed with these furry costumes. And she was like, okay, how about just the head? And she's sending me, and I'm going, how do I explain this to an 11-year-old, I think at the time, that, yo, man, like, it's intended to be cute, but hey, there's this whole community. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So it's called furries, and to her, it's cute furries. Right. So her whole YouTube history, when I'm looking on her tablet, it's all her watching furry videos. Dude, it's grown men, adults, like couple men and stuff. Yeah, dressed as furries, interacting on video and all that stuff. Like,
and how do they interact? Like like animals? They act like animals?
Some of them are just talking normal, but they're just like, yeah. And then they'll like, you know, like lick their own hand and do like act like a furry. Yeah. But then some of them they're talking like normal. And then they're using like innuendos and all that. So like she didn't get any of it.
Right.
But there's clearly, and it passes all the filters. Because
so is it like a sex? It's like a sexual thing.
It's a sexual thing.
It
like
is.
These guys like to dress up as that. There's whole conferences behind it and everything and all that stuff. Like it's a listen to each their own. I don't give a fuck. But like the problem is that when you're using these like cartoonish animals, and now I have to monitor my kids closer, right? Like you just have to be sort of vigilant as a parent and go, oh fuck, there's this whole thing here. And I think where it got me was it passes the YouTube filters on the kids filter stuff because they're going, oh, it's just people dressed as mascots, basically, playing around. And unless they say something crazy, which they don't, but it's implied, right? It's fine. And so, man, we had this whole thing and trying to explain to her and like let her not watch these videos, and she's like doesn't get it.
I was gonna say, did she get it?
And then no, because I'm trying to explain to her like without telling her like, yo, these dudes like to fuck in mascot costume.
Let me see. Yeah, how do I say this?
Yeah, like Timmy there just likes to get railed while he's dressed as a meerkat. I'm like, how do you tell an 11-year-old that who's so excited about the fox? It's funny, you said fox. She was ecstatic, like the fox. Like, I want to be a fox. And she's sending me pictures and video. Yeah. And every time she would send me a link, I would just cringe, bro. Because I was just like, fuck me. Of all the things you could get into with these furry costumes, you know, I'm like, so strange, man. But yeah, it was her thing forever, dude. I was like, oh, and that's it was funny, tough, man. It was so tough. Yo, sticking with the schools, you want to talk about that Missouri school?
Oh yeah. Get
with the capital punishment, man. So they're basically they're bringing it back, or did they basically?
No, they're bringing it back.
They are bringing it, right? So the Cassville School District in Southern Missouri is bringing back corporal punishment under new policy, allows students to be punished for paddle. And then they're saying it would be like a last resort, so it's not going to be like the first thing, but it's like, hey, it's a result of a survey that they sent out to parents. Yeah, and the parents said, you know, I guess.
Well, the parents wanted harsher punishments.
Yes,
and so I think that the stipulations behind it is like the parents have to give consent, and then they have to get like permission. Like it has to be like a last resort, like you said. And then before they do it, they have to get permission from like the school superintendent. And then when they go to the administrative paddling, it has to be somebody else present to make sure that you don't go crazy.
Don't that sound like a lot? Like you're saying for a school district? I get why the parents said yeah, though. The more I thought about this, I was like, I get it, bro. Like you can't touch your kid as a parent. But now you're like, yo.
Oh, now it's legal.
Now it's legal for a teacher.
Especially you get them kids that be like, I'll call the cops.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, I bet. I'm going to hit up Miss Johnson. Let me know how you like the.
I mean, like how you like that wood.
Yeah. Yeah. You wait till you get to third period tomorrow. Now the tables have turned, bro. Remember, it used to be the teachers going like, "I'm gonna call your parents." Yep. Now it's gonna be parents to this bitch like, "Don't make me call your teacher, bro. you better eat them fucking broccoli."
Dude, I never when I went to Catholic school when I was growing up in the '80s, and there was no paddling, but I do remember like the Christian brothers, like they used to rough us up. You know, they would grab us up, and so I've seen dudes get slammed against the wall. Get like
you get like
punched in the chest, like not punched in the chest. Yeah,
by somebody who's sworn to be a loving, kind human being.
Yes, sir.
And they'll punch a child in the chest.
Some of these kids was big.
Child nonetheless, Sean. Child nonetheless.
I mean, I don't want to say he didn't say like that was like a common practice, but I've seen dudes get roughed up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But that's, you know, different times, bro.
It is. I didn't live through any of the corporal punishment, but I do remember a time when teachers had them long ass rulers and they would slam them on your desk and shit, and they would like. I remember that, and I don't think you can get away with that today. Like a teacher coming up to your desk and smacking the ruler against it. Oh my god, bro! You imagine how many traumatized ass kids it would be here. Like she threw off my whole day, and my anxiety is through the roof now. I'm going home. I'm gonna go home and play in my litter box. With my ball of yarn. Dude, but I don't know, man. I feel like as parents, we're gonna be. I could see why they would be all over this. Would you let them? Would you sign up?
Nah, I feel like I can handle that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm like I don't need
wouldn't
somebody
do
to
that.
discipline my kids.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that.
Yeah,
and my kids know, like, you know, we know I feel like we have pretty good kids, and they know, like, don't fuck around like that, you know, because you gonna get it.
Yeah, like I don't need the teacher to beat you.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't even say like we don't. Man, I haven't hit my kids in fucing long time, man.
Listen, yeah, my kids know these hands are ready to eat for everyone.
But
you
just like the video,
just
game.
like the video. Don't push me, bro. Yo, it's been a busy week for schools, man, and people in schools, involved in schools. Did you see the story with the art teacher?
No.
Oh man, there's this art teacher. Her name is she's from New Jersey.
It's a school in New Jersey.
It's a school in New Jersey, and she's an art teacher. I'm trying to get her name, man, and her handle. All I have is her handle. Anyway, so she's an art teacher, and she's under fire, bro, because a bunch of parents want her to resign. And by parents, I'm gonna say a bunch of moms. A bunch of moms want her to resign because she's, quote, distracting to the students. Mind you, bro, it's like elementary, like kindergarten, first grade, second grade. She's distracting to the students. Her body, she's a little voluptuous, I guess is the word you would use here. Her handle, if you want to check her out on social media, is Toybox Dolls with a Z on IG. She does have a massive following, which has significantly grown now that her story has gone out.
She got a blue check yet?
She probably does. We should probably look at that. That is a great. You asking the important question. God damn it. Let's find out if she got a blue check. But so parents are asking that she doesn't have a blue check yet, but she's 976,000 followers. She's almost at 1 million.
Oh wow. How do you get a blue check? Is it a number of followers?
No, you got to get verified. I think there's a whole like a whole identification process involved in that.
Oh,
I think you got to be relevant, and then you got to go through this whole ID thing and all that. Yeah, but so I'm gonna show you what she looks like. This is her in the classroom. If you are on, YouTube or you listening to me, go ahead and go to @toybox.
That picture's not
dolls.
bad though.
No, she looks like a teacher, but she's obviously what's the word we're looking for? Now, see, there are some of her in a bikini on her IG, right?
Yeah.
But she's wearing modest clothes, I would say, ish, in school. But then she also, if she wears jeans and all that, dude, her ass is just big. And then everything else is like you could set a drink down on her ass for sure, and it'll just stay there. Like,
bro, it was like, I think it was last week, man. So my wife goes to pick up my sons at school.
Okay,
and it's a high school. When she came back, she was like, "Yo, there is a chick in their school that is a teacher. She's like, I'm convinced she is trying to get dick."
Why?
Like from the students. She's like, because she comes out of there dressed similarly to some of those pictures, and like with like the really high heels and like the tight jeans or like the summer dress and whatever. Like, she let us going to the club.
Yeah.
And she's teaching. I don't know what she's teaching because my boys are like, we don't know who that is.
They don't know either. And they got her class every day. They're like, I think it's health.
Yeah, I remember she came back. She was like, "Yo, I was trying to get a picture of her, like I show you her." She's like, because, like, it's just not normal teacher. I guess maybe it's not even normal like business attire. Like you trying to look sexy.
Yeah, but I think like even here, like I'm seeing like the photos of her in what I would call normal like work thing. The thing is that it looks different on her because of how she's shaped.
Okay.
And then so parents moms want her to resign because they're like. Their accusation is that she is very attractive and it is distracting to students, and so they would like for her to resign, which by the way, they let her go recently.
Yeah.
But because she's getting so many followers now and she still does her art, like she has her little art videos and stuff, like she's gonna probably end up blowing up. This is probably gonna be the best thing that's happened to her. But dude, this is we've talked about this on here before, man. women, no one hates on women harder than women. Like,
yeah, very
no
true,
one.
man.
Because if she was ugly and she wore the same clothes, or she wasn't, or her body didn't look like that, like, if,
right,
no one would care. Right, like, but because they're like, oh no, you're too attractive, quote unquote, you're distracted. Like,
and dudes don't do that. Like, if there's a good looking dude
Yeah.
and he's wearing like a shirt or pants that you know show off his body or whatever, like, we don't give a fuck.
we don't give a fuck, bro. Because other dudes, we like, yeah, cool. But like, I don't know if it's this thing with women, like, because they value appearance. Like, it's funny, man. They'll say that men, right, like, we're shallow or they value appearance, right? But we wouldn't. I shouldn't say we wouldn't be that way. They value it too, right? They put in all this effort because in their mind they want to be desired, because men want to see somebody who looks a certain way.
Right.
So like, y'all can stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you want some attention, so you're playing the game like the rest of us. But it's
Right.
like, I don't know,
It's
man.
like
Like this,
she cheating.
it's like she cheating. She got the genetic code or whatever. Like, listen, and I just don't, dude. The idea that you would hate on someone this hard, and it's just so funny to me, man. Like that. Because I can see this happening. Like, I know people like this. I know women like this. Like, we've all been at that family party where somebody walk in with a new girlfriend, or somebody walk in with a friend, or the neighbor walks in,
And then
or whatever.
everybody hating on her.
And every woman in the party's like, look at this bitch. and she ain't say nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, nobody hates on women more than women, which is why I just give them so much shit when they spout like the whole equality shit, because I'm like, yo, they don't want her to be equal.
I wonder why that is. It would be good to get a woman's perspective on that.
Yeah,
You gotta get a good range.
a panel. Yeah.
Because there are women that actually go like, oh yeah, like, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
You know,
I think that's how they all should be. Like, yo, she looks good for her.
Yeah.
Keep them. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, the idea, I think maybe because for women, the competitive, like for men, right? Like, there's so many levels that we have to compete on, right? Like, whether it's financially with other dudes, whether it's looks, whether it's charisma, whether it's being funny, whether it's whatever, right? Like, women's competition against each other is looks.
It's looks.
Right? It's always appearance. So like, I wonder if it's because that's the thing.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, you're
But
right.
I don't know, man. It's just so strange to me, man. I saw this story and I'm like, I saw the headline first and I clicked it and I opened the picture of her and I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like curvy, but it's like she's not wearing low cut shit to school, right? Like, if you go on her IG, yeah, obviously there's shit of her in a bikini. There's a lot of them, but her school clothes and all the pictures of her in a classroom, you're like, yeah, I've seen teachers wear that.
So
they just don't look
they're
like
all
her.
like legit clothes.
Yeah, they're all legit clothes. They just don't look like her. Like, none of our teachers look like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I thought that was pretty fucked up. And I can't imagine my kid coming home and me meeting a teacher and going like, "Oh, we got to report her. You clearly can't get your work done, son."
And I can see that more in like maybe a high school setting, to where you go like, you know, boys got, you know, raging hormones,
Yeah,
you know, during that time of their lives, and you go like, yo, like, this is, can you tone it down a little bit on the dress?
But how would you, if you're her, right? Would you be like, yo, wear baggy jeans, or wear can you go up a size or two in your pants and your shirts? And
Yeah,
how do you have that conversation?
how do you approach that?
Yeah, I feel like if my son came home with homework from her class, I'd be like, how the fuck do you know what you're supposed to do right now? You were paying attention, bro? Like, she said words? I hope. I mean, I was kind of glad to see her get some success. Looks like online and all that. Because dude, some of the artwork looks legit, and she posts pictures of her doing artwork for like businesses, like window, whether it's like decals and things like that, but like her designs and stuff like that. But I'm also just like, yo, man, just because people are hating on her like that, or like, I was like, I hope that it sort of backfires now, and she just becomes bigger, which looks like what's happening. Like, she goes from being an art teacher and like a moonlighting as an IG thought to like full-time IG thought that's richer than all y'all. So good for her.
I bet you she on OnlyFans too.
And if she not, she will be, and she gonna break some records in that bitch.
Dude, did you see the dude in Ghana? It was this dude in Ghana. He was sleepwalking.
Okay.
And while he was sleepwalking, he said he was dreaming about cooking dinner for his family. And in this particular part of the dream, he was chopping meat.
Okay.
Woke up in a pool of blood. Dude chopped his dick off.
I knew you were going there.
Dude, chopped it off, bro.
It didn't wake him up when he chopped his dick off, bro?
Well, I imagine that's what probably woke him up.
Oh, bro.
So they rush him to the hospital, whatever. They grab their remains, rush him to the hospital. At the end of the thing, you know what the guy was worried about? Paying the bill.
For the hospital?
For the hospital. Cause you know over there in Ghana they don't fuck around.
Like what you gonna cut?
You go to jail.
You go.
You can't pay the bill. You go to jail.
Yeah, that's rough. I'm going to jail. My newfound vagina. I get it.
Bro, have you ever slept? Like I've never.
I have slept walk.
Yeah,
I have, but not recently.
Do you just wake up somewhere else?
Yeah, as a child, I slept walk. And the only reason I remember is because I remember waking up one day and I was you remember like those end tables that back in the day we would all have in like our living rooms. Like you would have a coffee table and then like matching end tables, right, with lamps on them and shit. And then like I think my mom had like a cloth or something on it and the lamp on top.
Okay.
I woke up and I was pulling that cloth, trying to cover myself with it. Like I thought it was
like a blanket.
And I was about to knock out the thing, but I was like way far away from where I went to sleep. Like I had found myself, like I probably fell asleep in my room. I found myself in the living room trying to pull this thing off so I can cover myself. And so I clearly had made rounds through the house, did the whole thing. Yeah, that's the only one that I can remember.
I've talked in my sleep and shit, but I've never slept walk and then like dudes to sleepwalk and then grab a knife and start cutting
and then start chopping. Yeah, that's
dude. Either this dude was like 8 foot tall or he just had really low counters. Fucking just slapped his meat on there and just start cutting.
You said he from where? Ghana?
Ghana.
Oh, no, they probably got large. Yeah, he probably working with a third leg. he probably really did need to grab something out the fridge and just grab the tip of the dick. He's like, my hand was extended 2 feet. Started chopping away. It's like, that's gonna hurt like a bitch.
Bro, that's fucking nuts.
Oh, that makes me squeamish just thinking about it, man.
I saw another article, man, about men and their dicks. They're talking about men need to ejaculate more.
Agreed.
But the number I thought was kind of crazy.
Okay.
It said men need to ejaculate at least 21 times a month. So they did this study between 1992 and 2010. So roughly 20 years. And it involved about 32,000 men.
Okay.
And they said that anyone that did it 21 times, that either had sex or masturbated,
okay,
right, up to 21 times a month, just need to ejaculate.
Okay.
21 times a month, reduce their chances of prostate cancer by 1/3.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Okay. But then I was like, yo, you know, like if you're like a whatever, like I don't know, 40-something-year-old like married guy, right? Like everybody knows that, you know, when you're married, over time the frequency typically goes down. 21 times a month is a lot.
Yeah, it's damn near impossible. That's
yeah, dude. Like that's not even like every other day. You know what I mean? Like even if you fucked every other day, you're not hitting that.
Yeah, listen, ladies, take notes. Do it for their health, man. Holy shit, 21 times. Yeah, even if you jerked off.
That's a lot, bro.
That's a lot, man.
You gotta take the advice from the dude from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, you gotta get a couple of
Matthew,
days, man.
Matthew McConaughey, at least 3 times a day.
Gotta get in there, man. He was on to something. And then if you care about your man, you should lend a hand or a couple other pits.
A mouth. Yeah.
Do it for his health. If nothing else, do it for his health. Yeah, I gotta get your opinion on this because I'll keep going back and forth. No, I don't. I want your opinion. You seen the pilots that got into the fight on the Air France flight?
No.
So the two pilots in the cockpit.
So pilot, co-pilot.
Yes, just full on fist fight. You know, flicking each other off, just fighting, battling it out. Right. So my question to you is, what do you think they were fighting about, and what did this woman look like?
I was just gonna say, I'm like, one of them is fucking the other one's wife or girl or something, man.
Right?
Yeah,
that has to be the only explainable.
Why would you? Yeah.
There's nothing else that you are fighting I mean, full blown fist fight with a co-pilot
In the air?
In air, bro.
Yeah,
Just
no.
they going in. Yeah, it has to be that, right?
It has to be.
Has to. Yeah, I'm like, look.
So
I'm
they
like,
didn't say?
It doesn't say. I think they said something, but it's like some canned answer. It isn't really like, yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm like, not only they know why they really fought.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way that it's, yeah.
Dude, like, could you imagine, like, if you are, you know, like, you're married, and then the day before you go on a flight with somebody and you find out that he's fucking your wife?
Oof.
When you get in the cockpit, bro, you guys start, and again, like, you're in there going, okay, I'm going to fucking say something. But maybe you don't say it before you take off.
I would
and
think
then you
not.
say it while you're in the air. And
you're
then
like, where he
shit
gonna
just
go?
shit just get crazy.
But also, where he gonna go? Like, you should say that in a scenario where you can both just like, no, you gotta be mad. Fuck, dude. Maybe he says something crazy and you're just like, yeah, that's why I'm fucking your wife. And then you just,
oh, it'd be like admitted in the
something-
air.
Yeah. What if like this could be the co-pilot and the main pilot is being like a super asshole about something,
Right.
and he's just like, ugh, man, that's why I'm smashing your wife. And then it just all hell breaks loose. I don't know, man. In midair on that kind of job, yo, and the airlines are so desperate right now. I think they only suspended them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like their next, not even their next shift. It's like, when are you off? Saturday? You suspended for Saturday. We need you back at work on Sunday.
Which airline was it?
Air France. I don't even think,
Air
and
France.
the flight was coming from Geneva to Paris. I don't think, let me look. I don't think they, I think they only got suspended. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got suspended.
Fuck.
So they didn't even fire, man. But yeah, I saw that, and I was like, as I'm reading it, I'm going, and it didn't give me a reason. I'm like, all right, somebody's woman. You know what I mean? Like, it has something to do with a
Absolutely,
woman.
bro.
There's no way that it doesn't have something to do with a woman or a man, whatever their thing is. But it's over.
Yeah, bro.
It's over something.
It has to
man.
be over
It
that.
has to be, right? Yeah, I figured, man.
So what's this other thing about them turning their plane around?
Yo, this it's a fun week for airlines, dude. They had this pilot was threatening his one of the passengers that he was going to turn the plane back around.
Yep.
Because if the guy didn't stop airdropping nudes, because he kept airdropping nudes to people on the plane. So
I read a story like that.
yeah,
like
remember when the guy
like recently?
Yeah, but this is another one. The guy just kept airdropping to random passengers throughout the plane, like naked pics.
Can you? How does that work? I don't have an.
Oh, so I mean, it's the same thing as the whole nearby share with Samsung or with Android.
Right.
If you can accept it, like it's your security settings, you can accept stuff from people around you. Then you can just send people. It's like a text basically, but through the air without having
how do
your
they
number.
know it's you?
They don't, but you know, like some people name their phone something, so it might be like Sean, blah blah blah, and then they'll be like, oh, that looks like a Sean. You know what I mean? Like it'll be
That looks like a Sean.
that, yeah, some whatever. They'd be like,
or your wife is going, hey Sean.
yeah,
You're
and they're like, oh,
you're the fucker.
Sean's iPhone, and then they know what it is, right? Or you know, like, oh, bitch with a dog might be your handle on, you know, whatever your phone might be, bitch with a dog, and then like, oh, there's a bitch with a dog on the plane, and then they like me sending her pictures of my pee-pee, and then you just airdrop pictures of pee-pee. Like it's just random, but he
It just
threatened-
seems weird, man.
It's very weird. It's yeah, I don't know. But and then the fact that it's so bad, it's so pervasive on the one flight. Like, how many are you sending before the pilot's like, yo, we're gonna turn this shit around? Like, how far do you have to go before a pilot's like, yo, we will pull this whole bitch around. Stop sending people. Can't you just confiscate his phone for the remainder of the flight? Like, turn off his Wi-Fi.
Turn the
bro.
Wi-Fi off.
Make him
Yeah,
put on
like-
airplane. I don't know, man.
I guess you can do it. Well, you said it's a proximity thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's
you
like
don't
nearby.
really need.
You don't really need, yeah. So yeah, dude, yo,
That's fucked up, man.
That's hilarious,
Yo, man,
bro.
to get a little serious here, man. You see, in Pakistan, they've got major floods in Pakistan. Have you seen this? So Pakistan, this is typically like their rainy season,
Okay.
and they have like monsoons, right? But typically they get like 3 to 4 on average.
Jeez.
Dude, they've had 8 since June.
Oh damn.
Dude, it's like a third of the country is underwater, bro.
Like flooded.
They've
flooded.
got flooded. They've got like what is it? There was over 1,000 people died. 1,800 miles of road, 130 bridges, and almost 500,000 homes damaged or destroyed.
You said 1,000 people.
Over 1,000 have died.
That's like 2 homes though in Pakistan, right?
I was gonna say 4.
You might be right. I might have been exaggerating a little bit.
No, man, but it's fucking like it's bad. And then the flood water, like when they show the aerial views, bro, it's like an extension of
Dude,
the
I have
ocean,
not even
bro.
heard of this.
It's
That's
fucking
crazy.
insane,
Gotta
man.
look on there, man.
It just goes to show you, bro, that like if you don't, you know, if you don't look for it, like it's not even big news. Instead, they're talking about fucking Trump and the papers they found in his house.
Do we get anything from Pakistan?
Probably not much.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck, huh? Because I would have thought that would be front page news.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. What else do I have on here?
And you right, and we worried about paper. I don't even know anything about the whole Trump raid thing. Did we talk about that on here? I don't know.
I know we had it on the list at one point. I don't know if we did or not.
I don't get it. Do you know what it? I don't know.
What I mean,
from what I could gather, he took documents from the White House and they're trying to get him back, basically.
Essentially, like there was things that he shouldn't have had in his house.
Bro, they was walking out his shit like it was a bad breakup, and you know you walk out with the box of your stuff, that walk of shame with your box of stuff, and just. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like,
to me, man, I kind of feel like that. Like this is a push so that he can't run. That's the way I feel.
Make
about
him
it.
like or yeah, like maybe ineligible or untouchable.
Yeah.
Probably.
But I don't know, man.
Oh man, I could see that. Dude, I might have found my hero this week, bro. And someone who I aspire to be, bro. Have you ever heard of this name named Jean Calment?
No.
Jean Calment is the oldest person ever documented. She was 122 years old.
Damn.
Yeah. And she passed. She's no longer it, but she held the record at one point. She outlived her daughter and her daughter's son, so obviously her grandson. I don't know why they worded it that way, but she said that for 100 years of her life, so that's crazy, she ate 2 pounds of chocolate weekly and smoked all the way until she was 100.
So like cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
And
so the last 22 years of her life, she laid off.
She's like, let me lay off the chocolate and the cigarettes. Yeah, I feel like I've cut my life short because of it.
Where does she live?
Oh, that's a good question. Because she looks American, but she's probably going to be English or something. Let me see. I'm going to look her up. Jean Calment. She's, because it's always from the same region and like near Italy somewhere that these people are from. Oh, she's French.
Is it there?
I should have known. Jean,
okay.
Jean, whatever. Yeah, she's French.
There is a place in Italy where they just live longer, right? There's like a town over there or something.
Some in Sicily or Sardinia or whatever, one of those islands. There's they have the most centennials of anywhere else in the world, and then they've done like all these studies on it because they try to figure out like it's a mixture of their diet, their air quality. A lot of it had to do with stress factors. Like they just don't have a lot of shit there. Like everybody's literally just getting up. They walk down to some bakery. They're having fresh baked bread.
Yes.
They go down and have a meal. They're having like fishermen bring in fresh fish. They're like, it's very much like they were showing a guy who was 100 who was like, oh, I walk to the same pub every day at this same time to have a pint. You know, he has one beer.
Right.
And he just goes back, and it takes him forever to walk back up because like hills, he's older.
Right.
But he does it by himself every day. Just walks, does this whole thing. It's just like such a stress-free. So I think one of the whatever I was watching, I wish I could remember right now. Actually, it might be Zac Efron's show.
I think that's what it is.
And that's what it was.
I feel like I've seen that scene
I think it was his
before.
show. Yeah. And he was trying
when
to
he
show...
travels kind of around the world.
Yes.
And
what's that called? I love that show.
It's on Netflix.
Yes. I love that show, man. And he's... So anyway, so he talked to the guy, and it basically was like what I guess role maybe stress even played in how long these people live.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just diet and, you know, staying active or whatever, because it was just like for whatever reason, everybody in this island happens to live to 100, or they have the highest amount of people. Yeah.
Dude, I tell you what, man, this week, or actually, you know, these past couple of weeks at work, man, I've been like uber stressful, man. I've been getting fucking headaches and migraines and shit, man. So I think that there's something definitely to be said about that, man. I think I've had the amount of headaches that I've had over the span of my life is less than 10.
Oh.
And then in the last 10 days, I've had like 8.
Yeah, that's not good.
So yeah, there's got to be something to that, man.
You know, it's crazy. You ever been that level of stress where you feel like you're shortening your life? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just know, like, you know, sometimes when you leave work, and I don't have, you know, I'm not digging ditches and shit like that, man. So I'm not, but I would prefer
it's all relative
to be, but I would prefer to be like physically tired.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
Than to have that mental stress.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, for sure. Because that, and you can't turn it off when it's a mental thing. Like you can't be like, oh, I'm not doing work or not. You know what I mean? That's tough, man.
Yeah, man. How we doing on time?
Dude, we're right about to hit the hour right now, literally. So.
All right, man. You looking tired? What we gonna finish up with today?
Which you want to wrap this up with, man? Let's see what we got. Yo, let's see. Do I want to hit him up with the?
Hit me up with the Winnie the Pooh.
Yo, actually, that's a good one, man. Have you seen these this Winnie the Pooh trailer for the horror movie?
No,
the Winnie the Pooh horror movie coming out, man.
I did watch that Christopher Robin movie with my one of my sons, my youngest son. He's a big Disney freak, and he had me watch it.
Yeah,
and I did not want to watch it.
No,
it had the dude from the guy who played Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was actually really good.
I've never been
but
into
it was more like I was impressed with like there's so many like Poohisms as I call them. He has like these one-liners that are so fucking simple but so genius.
Doesn't every stoner?
I never realized that. Now I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
What? Pooh's gotta be high as fuck, right? The whole time. This motherfucker always wants to eat, and his eyes are always chinky. He talks slow. He's gotta be high as fuck all the time. Gotta be.
I never thought about that, man. That's really
I've never
good.
watched that one. Dude, my only but I guess the most exposure I've had to Winnie the Pooh, I've never really watched the shows or the cartoons or the movies was when I worked at Disney, was like the character people. But no, this is literally a full-blown horror movie. It's like Murderous Pooh kind of thing.
I know that recently, right, Disney is actually losing their exclusivity to their characters.
Some of them, yeah. So there's something
like Mickey Mouse is coming up soon.
Yeah, like something fucked up, and what happens is that someone let this elapse in some way, shape, or form, where someone was able to sort of scoop up the rights. But I think what happened more too is that you're not allowed to use anything that Disney has done since Disney has owned Winnie the Pooh. So Disney, let's say once they got Winnie the Pooh, any ideas or any characters or anything that they've done after that, you can't mimic that. But you can use the books as a source material. And I think what happened was somebody forgot to do something. They let the trademark or something lapse with the whole book rights. So then anyone was allowed to basically take any characters and use the book rights to it.
Get the fuck
so
out of here.
as long as you stick to sort of Winnie the Pooh, like stories that were told pre-Disney acquisition, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. And now somebody made a full-blown ass horror movie of Winnie the Pooh theme, bro. And it looks... I'm going to watch it.
Is it like, would you go to the movies to pay for it? Like that trailer, it looks good like that? Is it like
I don't know about
Chucky?
that, but I would do it just out of the curiosity.
Is it like Chucky? Like that kind of, where it's like this little doll running around killing people?
Nah, man, it looks a little more in depth than that, man. It almost looks like people are dressed like Pooh characters. I don't like. It's hard to explain.
Furries.
Yeah, like it could. Dude,
it's a fucking furries.
It's murderous furries just like Pooh. No fucking good, man. These furries are evil, bro. Yo, can you imagine a movie a little piglet runs up and just shanking people and runs off?
So is it like Pooh and the other characters?
I think it's the gang, but I want to say
like fucking Tigger and
I don't know about Tigger, but in one of the trailer, one of the shots is like of this little sign and it says R.I.P. Eeyore. And then it has like so I don't.
About time somebody kill that fucking
depressed ass motherfucker. Like just do it. Every time I saw Eeyore, I'm like, just jump, bro. You right. You have nothing to live for.
I guess it's just the inevitable.
Eeyore was sad as shit. And I was like, yo, you making the rest of us sad, bro. Go away. Yo, even the costume at Disney, like I remember watching characters like when they would have to get in it and they would have to play him. The way it's designed, where you have to wear it, you're miserable in it. Like, just, to me, it looked miserable to wear. So I'm like, yo, this guy is just a shitty character all the way around.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I never really understood that.
But he has to be on some kind of downers, right? Like you figure, the whole Pooh characters, aren't they all on drugs? Like Pooh smoking weed, right? Piglets on speed. No, Tigger's on speed.
Tigger's on speed or coke.
Or coke. Yeah, he's got to be on coke. Yeah, right. Or meth. He's wilding out. Fucking Eeyore's on what do you call that? What's the shit that makes you super mellow like that, man?
I don't
know. I'm saying like this clearly got to be. Oh, he's on heroin. Eeyore got to be on heroin. Like, this has got to be a euphemism for some kind of drug use, right? Winnie the Pooh has to be honey, like honey. Come on, man.
See, now I gotta go back and watch it again.
I think it's like the Alice in Wonderland shit where everybody's just on acid, tripping balls. Yeah.
So when's this coming out?
Ooh, good question. What's the release date on here? Because the trailer just dropped. Yo, you guys should go look at it for sure. Because it's just, I don't know. I think I'm gonna watch it just because. It's called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. The trailer just released, and when is it coming out? Doesn't say. Doesn't have a release date in here. I'm gonna have to look it up. But Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So let me see if it's online. I'm sure it is. The release date. Blood and Honey. Film. Here we go. It is. Yeah, it's a slasher film, dude. It's insane. That's crazy. Why aren't you giving me a date?
It looks like those what is it, like Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes.
It looks like one of those
very
characters.
Much, yeah. Very much like that. It really does. Blood and Honey release date. Here we go. Finally. Damn, how you tell me the release date on the thing and then you don't give me the actual release date?
Yeah, I don't know. Look it up, people.
Anyway, yeah, look it up. Blood and Honey. Go see it. Oh, wait, it does not yet have
August 31st? Is that right?
That's when the trailer dropped, which is today.
Oh, okay.
But it says it does not yet have a release date. That's why. Okay. The poster was released in July. Okay. But yeah, the poster's creepy. It's a dude.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh.
No, it looks like people dressed like them. Or it is them, but they peeled their skin off.
Right, but the fact that they've been able to, that they're able to use their name, is crazy.
It's awesome. So I feel like I'm gonna see it just out of curiosity.
And it just says this ain't no bedtime story.
Hell no. Gang, gang. Let's go.
All right, man. On that, tell them where they can find us.
Let's say if you're not already following us at the Carbon Football Podcast on IG, on Facebook, on YouTube, TikTok. All your favorite streaming platforms, so Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Amazon Music, Geo7, Ghana, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, all of it, man. Go on there, follow us, like, subscribe, let us know what you think. Try the drinks, we appreciate the support, man, you guys been giving us. So yeah,
absolutely. And as always, we appreciate you guys. Check out the drink, let us know what you think, and we will see you next week.
Peace.